So, are Mormons happier than other people? In Mormonism, they teach their doctrine and they call it the plan of happiness. It's kind of this list of check boxes. If you do all these things, you're going to be happy. Well, I would do the things and I wouldn't be happy. And that's one of the reasons I started questioning Mormonism. Like, wait, I'm doing this stuff and I'm really not happy. Well, here's a little thing, a little phenomenon about the human mind. You can pretty much drum into humans any type of goals or value systems. And if we are fulfilling the goals, then we're going to feel happier than if we're not fulfilling them. One of the problems with Mormonism is it has this really long checkbox of things that you need to do before you feel happy. So you got to go to church, you got to read scriptures, you got to pay your tithing, you need to do your family history, you need to do your home teaching, you need to do your family Monday night, and it goes on. And then if you're not happy, a lot of these things can be done more. So maybe you're reading scriptures for 10 minutes a day. Well, you turn it up. Well, now I'm going to read 20 minutes a day. And I'm going to the Mormon temples once a month. Now I'm going to go every week. And I find people, they're doing these things, and it creates this kind of religious OCD often. And some people are just happier than others, and some people probably are happy in Mormonism. But I'm just speaking to my experience and the experience of other people I know. So one of the secrets I find to happiness is actually removing all of these expectations and this big long checklist of things that need to happen for you to be happy. It's this mental illusion. And so when I was Mormon, I wouldn't shop on Sundays. And what was interesting is even when I no longer believed in Mormonism, I would find myself shopping on Sundays and kind of feeling guilty, looking over my shoulder. And this is a moral illusion. And it's easier to see with other cultures. Like if I was in an Islamic culture and I was a female, well, when I'd go outside, I would wear my burqa. And by doing so, I would feel safe and peaceful. And if it came off in public, I would feel great shame. It reminds me of there was a soccer game and one of the female players was Muslim and her head thing came off. And, so the point is you can drill into humans pretty much any set of values. Now, there are some that are biological values, like we need a certain amount of connection and we need a certain amount of, food and shelter and safety. But religion will often just superimpose all of these other rules. Like if you're Jewish, you have this really big, long list of things you need to do and customs depending on what type of Jewish person you are. And so religion it creates a bunch of goals, or we can call them values. And the thing is, if you can fulfill your values and you actually believe your values, you're going to find fulfillment. It's like achieving a goal. And if you don't, you're not. But what happens, I think, a lot of times in Mormonism, for me, I value clear thinking and things making sense and being logical. And I had a problem, for example, with the Mormon Church's stance on homosexuals. Like, I would try to defend it and I would talk with people and try to defend the church's stance. But there was something deep inside me that I just knew was wrong about it. And now I can articulate it. It's because really what it's doing, it's creating unnecessary suffering for people. And that at the core should be the core of what good and evil is. If we are inflicting unnecessary suffering, either physical or psychological, on people, that is evil. That is bad. And if we are guiding people towards less anguish and mental suffering, that's good. So here's just some thoughts. Hopefully that was helpful. But one thing you can do is really go through your mental list. And even if you're not Mormon, I mean, everybody does this through culture. And there's some people, they're miserable because they have this big list of how people should behave. And they have all these rules for other people. And they should talk to me like this. And they shouldn't think that. And they should do that. And the more you simplify your rules for other people and for yourself, and I'm not saying you can't create standards for yourself, but some people, they just have this impossible set of rules for themselves and others, and it just drives them nutty and miserable. And the problem is that they don't even recognize it as an internal thing that they can change. They don't see it as beliefs. They just see it as that's the world is. That's the way the world is. And so one thing as you start getting some more self-awareness, you start to realize how much of what you think is the way it is just this web of beliefs that through your culture or through your religion or through your family or friends, you adopted. And what's fun is when you can untangle that, then you can start creating them for yourself and have ownership of your beliefs and set your own goals and your own priorities. Cool. Bye.